It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on this, the 15th day of December, 2022. Coming to you from the gorgeous city of San Juan, Puerto Rico. I love San Juan. I always have. Of course, I've been here numerous times. It is the one port of call on this cruise that has one accessible excursion out of 300. One happens to be something I've done twice. So I'm not going to spend $100 on something I've done twice just because they have one handicap accessible excursion. All right, welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News. Got a bunch of stories for this morning. Royal Caribbean partners with Meyer Turku. Azamara Onward visits PortMiami. Carnival cancels more cruises. Celebrity launches the first Metaverse cruise ship. Holland America raises gratuities. And it's a birthday for the Zuiderdam. That and much more here live from San Juan on the MSC Seascape this morning at 11 o'clock. If you're listening via the podcast, welcome aboard. Today should be up fairly quickly since I'm in San Juan, and this is almost like being at home as far as signal strength and so forth goes. So I should be able to have the show up rather quickly. Do have a couple of announcements after I welcome the podcast guys. You can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, wherever you get your podcast from. All the big guys, just search for travel and cruise industry news, and up pops the fat travel guy. If you are listening via the podcast and ever want to hop over to the video feed, there's always a link in the description of the podcast so you can do just that. Now, a couple of announcements. One, today is National Cupcake Day. I can deal with that. I'm sure I can find a cupcake someplace on this ship. I know several places. Actually, the pastries are very good on the ship. I've found. I've not eaten lots of them, but I have found several, and yeah, they're pretty good. This afternoon will be the Cruise Amigos. Of course, I will still be live from San Juan. Amigo John is, the last I heard, is running around in 20 inches of snow in his 2 fur-lined fig leaves, trying to find his way into the store so he can sell pie today, or something like that. And Amigo Martin, we're not sure if he ever got unstuck from the train last week. There's something about he was stuck between cars on I don't understand what happened with Martin. But we're going to find out today, I hope. That'll be this afternoon at 1 o'clock my time. That's noon Amigo John's time, and 6 o'clock Amigo Martin's time. By the way, folks, if my voice sounds raspy today, it is. The inhaler has decided to really aggravate my throat, and I'm coughing like nuts. I'm not sick, so don't worry about that. But it has really aggravated me, so I've quit using it again. because I'm very raspy because I've coughed a lot during the night last night. So anyway, that's what's happening there. All right. My employee of the day, that's Jed, spelled J-A-G-E, Jed. He's from the Philippines. He's a waiter in the Aegean restaurant, waiter supreme. Jed's a really good guy. I like the crew on these ships. I'm very rarely ever have any issue with any crew member. But Jed's really a good waiter. So, all right, I'll be back with today's stories after a quick break from one of our network sponsors. And as always, folks, we thank Scootaround for being a part of my life, making it possible for me to do what I do. If you have any mobility needs, whether it's a scooter, a wheelchair, a power wheelchair, even a cane or a walker or a rollator, they got it all. You can rent it, you can buy it. I've been renting scooters from these folks for 8 years now on every cruise ship because I can't walk. Or required amount to walk. So thankfully, I can do what I do because primarily of Scootaround. All right. Top story today has to do with the Royal Caribbean and our friends over there in Finland, Meyer Turku. And this has some interesting implications. With Icon of the Seas, the Meyer Turku shipyard in Finland is building the largest cruise ship ever constructed. The cruise ship was floated out earlier this week. Following that momentous occasion, the Royal Caribbean Group announced a new partnership with the Finnish government and Meyer Turku shipyard. In the new partnership, the Royal Caribbean Group, the Finnish government, and Meyer Turku will work together to prepare for the production of climate-neutral cruise ships in Finland. This is an integral part of Royal Caribbean's commitment to become net zero cruise company by the year 2050. It will also open up possibilities for Meyer Turku shipyard to test innovations and technologies on Royal Caribbean ship. The three parties hope to achieve a reduction of carbon intensity by double digits as early as 2025 compared to 2019 and the introduction of a net zero cruise ship by 2035. And that, folks, I don't know how important you might not think this is, but this is really an important move on both companies' parts. It will give Meyer Turku the freedom to do more research and come up with new and innovative ideas and be able to turn around and use them on Royal Caribbean ships to try them out. This could be a really strong program, not just for those two companies, but for the entire cruise world. So, very important move. All right, the next story today is we don't get to talk a whole lot about Azamara, unless my friend Bethany down there in Tampa, she loves Azamara. Getting ready to sail on them again here. Wow, she's getting close to her next Azamara cruise. The newest ship from Azamara, the Azamara Onward, has made her inaugural call to the world's biggest and busiest cruise port, PortMiami, and celebrated the occasion with a traditional plaque ceremony. The vessel will now sail a short series of cruises from Miami before repositioning to Europe in the spring. All right. In addition to the month of cancellations just announced for Carnival Vista, Carnival Cruise Line has also canceled a month of sailings of the Carnival Sunrise, as well as several cruises canceled for Carnival Miracle. Carnival Sunrise has now been scheduled for an extended dry dock in early 2024, and impacted guests and travel advisors are being contacted about the canceled sailings. Includes all voyages from February 1st through and including March 4th of 2024. In addition to these cancellations, Carnival Vista and Carnival Sunrise, the Spirit class Carnival Miracle will also have some canceled cruises, but for a different reason. Carnival Cruise Line has rescheduled Miracle for a 14-night Carnival journey, sailing to Hawaii, departing on Sunday, January 21st of 2024. My only problem with this, folks, clearly not that they're putting ships in dry dock. That has to be done. But this seems like really poor planning. Why announce a schedule and then change it? Why not change it before you put the schedule out? You can't tell me that you didn't know a couple months ago when you were publishing the 2024 schedule for Carnival Sunrise that it was going into dry dock. So do the schedule that way so you don't have to go through the grief of canceling people out. I don't get it. All right. Excuse me. Celebrity has launched a virtual experience called Wonderverse that allows guests to explore a digital version of their newest ship, the Celebrity Beyond, and interact with designers and even Captain Kate as digital avatars. The experience features the ship's signature spaces and moments, such as the Martini Bar Flair Show, and allows guests to visit top destinations that Celebrity sails to. The Wonderverse will provide featured guests with a great insight into what they can expect from their cruise on board Celebrity Beyond. So for all you crazy people out there that are Metaverse people like Amigo John and Emily, there's a Metaverse cruise ship now. All right. Couple stories from our buddies over there at Holland America. One of them's good, one of them's not. Holland America is the latest cruise line to announce that it will soon be increasing its daily gratuities, or as they like to refer to it, crew appreciation charge. And the heck with that, it's the tips to the crew. The line's crew appreciation and service charge policy webpage says that starting February 1st, daily gratuities will be increasing by 50 cents for both suite and non-suite staterooms. Currently, non-suite guests are charged $15.50 per person per day, while suites are charged $17 per person per day. That will be increasing to $16 and $17.50 respectively. And finally, this morning, I've talked about this ship several times before because it's probably one of my favorite ships, and that's the Zuiderdam. The Zuiderdam, that's Holland America Zuiderdam, is celebrating its 20-year birthday today. The lead ship of the brand's Vista class vessel entered service exactly 2 decades ago after being christened on December 14, 2002. The naming ceremony took place in Fort Lauderdale and saw the broadcaster Joan London serving as the ship's godmother. The 2,000 guest ship is set to sail its first world cruise in 2023, departing January 3rd. The 128-night journey features visits to several parts of the globe, including the Caribbean, Central America, the South Pacific, Australia, and Africa. And I would do that in a heartbeat, especially on Zuiderdam. It's still, to this day, folks, is one of my probably top 5 cruise ships. I really like Zuiderdam. The food was wonderful. I haven't been on it in several years, but the food was just outstanding. The entertainment was great. The service was terrific. I have been known to have an adult beverage, but I'm talking about, 6 or 7 different bars I'd go past and they'd holler my name out. Hey, Chillie, how you doing? It was just a really good ship. I like Zuiderdam. And I'd love to be able to afford to do a world cruise on any, well, I'd like doing on any ship. Some of you out there that's got some sponsorship money, come on with it. All right, let's see who's in the chat room today before my voice gives out totally, because I got another show to do yet today. Fraser, hi, Fraser. One of these days, Fraser, I got to talk to you about Australia. My friend Elizabeth, who lives in Cozumel, got on a plane this morning heading to Sydney. She's going to be working over there for 3 months. And among other things, we're going to do a New Year's Eve celebration from Sydney. That will be fun. With Elizabeth on location for Chillie's Cruises. Mike's with us. Hi, Mike. Nikki's here. Sonny's here down in Mississippi. Lizzie Lou is with us. Hi, Lizzie Lou. I'm probably going to be talking about you pretty soon, Lizzie. By the way, folks, I've teased you a little bit about the hosted cruise that's going to be coming up that I couldn't talk about. Contracts are supposed to be signed today, so I'll have the details on costs and so forth for solo cabins on the Norwegian Joy, and a really cool cruise. And it looks like my buddy Justin, Mr. Bucket List, and I will be the hosts for that cruise. All works out. T's get crossed and the I's get dotted today. I am really excited about that. That'll be coming up in May. Nice cruise. Hopefully I'll be able to talk about all the details. Lizzie is doing some of the similar things over there. That's why I mentioned that. Dennis is with us. Hi, Dennis. Cindy's here. Hey, Cindy. Chillie, did you read my comment from yesterday? Dennis, I always read your comments. I don't remember which one you're referring to. San Juan, an open A, like Father. San Juan. Oh, I said San Juan. San Juan. Okay. Yeah. I see that. See, I got all these bad habits to break, Dennis. Tea with honey to soothe the. Yeah, that's a good idea. Tea with honey. I didn't think about tea. Honey. There's got to be honey someplace on this ship. Did I say he was from Philadelphia? No, he didn't even pull that one on me. He's just purely from the Philippines. Lizzie says, I keep looking at Icon to book in 2024. I do love busy big ships. Robert's with us. I suppose if I have a chance, I will book Icon as well. Simply so I can say that I've done it. I'm not overly excited about it myself, but then I'm quickly reaching the point where the big ships just are overwhelming for me to get done what I need to do. I am, I just every day have gotten further and further behind on this ship on what I wanted to do. By the way, folks, there is going to be a show on Saturday this week. I meant to add that in the comments before. I will do a regular show on Saturday morning. Hopefully there's some news for it. But the reason I'm doing it is the young man, the 16-year-old that has 2.39 million TikTok followers, is available and will be my guest that morning. So I'm looking forward to chatting with him. He's an interesting young man. So I decided I'd just do a show Saturday and hope we got enough news to make it sound like I know what I'm doing. But anyway, Preston from TikTok will be with me Saturday morning. Not sure how I'm going to do it. I'll probably just have him sitting next to me and use this camera setup, because if I start messing around with my phone on a live stream, it tends to get things screwed up. Yo, Brooklyn in the house. Hey, Eddie. Icon OTS is almost, 251,000 gross tons. Unbelievable. Icon is pricey. Yeah, it's going to be pricey for a while. That'll come down eventually. And since I've booked a couple, really pricey ships this year that, just ruined my budget. This is another reason that I'm not just jumping for joy to book it, unless I can come up with some way of getting a really good deal on it, which I'm always interested in that. Lizzie says it is, Cindy. So watching prices, hoping to sneak in another cruise with my kids in 2024. Carnival is sketchy lately. Isn't that the truth? I don't understand why they had to know about all this. For heaven's sakes. Do your schedule right, and then you don't have to worry about canceling people out. Then it says, wait until the novelty wears off. I never recommend ships right after inaugural. It's a massive ship, and there will eventually be offers in order to get all the staterooms booked. Yeah, that's what I figured too. Captain K. I love Captain K. Cindy says, true, Dennis. Get a much better deal on NCL Viva after waiting a bit after the release. I hope it all goes to the crew, all the gratuities. Yeah, that's one of the things that bothers me. Well, it doesn't bother me because they spread it out to a lot more people now. But yeah, I'd like some assurance that it's going directly to the crew as well. There are a number of people that have quit paying the gratuities, and I'm not sure I like that. But they have refused to pay the canned gratuities and instead pay cash themselves to the people that need it and earned it. Some of the people that are doing it, yes, I know them well, and I trust that they're doing the right thing. I wouldn't, if a lot of people start doing it, I would not trust that they're going to be doing the right thing. They'd be trying to get by. And the crew, the people that need the gratuities the most, get screwed. So after giving it some thought, I just decided I'll stay and pay the gratuities. And then I still give my, I always give my room steward something extra. My waiter or waiters in the dining room something extra. And generally, at least a couple of the bartenders that have done, just something special for me during the course of a cruise, I usually go by with a little something for them. And I just figure that is a part of the cost of the cruise. Because goodness knows, if it wasn't for the crew, I don't think any of us would love cruising as much as we do. They certainly make a lot out of what they're dealing with to make us like it better. It also takes many months for the crew to sort out everything. Yeah, that was, one of the things that I thought about doing an inaugural cruise, which this is that there would be issues. Oddly enough, there have been very few issues as far as they just don't have their systems in place. I mean, the food has been good. The service has been good. They have their act together really well. My only fault with this ship is the inconsistency on accessibility issues. Like, they do a really good thing. Like my balcony, the cabin is accessible. The balcony itself, there's a push button door. It opens the door to the balcony. It has a little flippy do thing to lay down so I can ride the scooter out on the balcony. And I come back in and push the button and the flippy do thing comes up and the door closes. That's terrific. And then I go through 10 kinds of hell to get in the damn cabin door because it's heavy. They even adjusted it down. It's still heavy. So for me to get in the door of my cabin, I have to, it's a tap. I have to tap it with my card. I have to, with one hand to the other, open the door, catch the door with my foot to hold it open. I actually take the scooter forward and the scooter pushes the door open. And then, of course, when it goes past the scooter, the door slams into my arm. so I end up with bruises up and down both arms. That's how difficult it is for a handicapped person to get in and out of these doors. Restrooms, public restrooms, none of them have push button accessible doors. None. And in some cases, you have the door to the outside coming into the restroom, and then you have another door to go into the handicap accessible stall, and there's not space for one to close. If you're in the stall and you come out, I have the stall door open. I get my scooter out enough to hold the door open, and then I have to get the other door to the outside open while both of them are open, and I'm trying to hold both doors so I can get the scooter and me through it. It's ridiculous. Excuse me. And then you turn right around, and the swimming pool is accessible. Now, it's not 100% truly accessible swimming pool. It doesn't have a ramp down into the water, but it does have a ramp to put me up on the right level. And then if I wanted to use the lift chair, it's right there. I could take the scooter right over to it, transfer into the lift, and they could put me out in the water. In my case, because I can walk a little, I could easily get in the water at the main pool. Now, the other pools are not accessible, but that one at least has the ramp and gets you up to the right level. So one of the pools is accessible. So they've done some things right. And then I haven't seen, but there's maybe 2 or 3 places where there are lips, that you can't go over with a scooter, that need a ramp over it. But those are minor, and it's never in a situation where you totally can't get to it. Like if you have one access that's got a lip that you can't go through that door, you can always backtrack and come around another way and get to wherever you're going. The only place that I found that's totally inaccessible for anybody handicapped is the new Robotron thing. And to get to that, which is the big entertainment feature on this ship, but to get to that, you got to be able to walk up a flight of stairs. So they're saying right away, if you're handicapped, you can't even get up there to take a picture of the damn thing. So I'm really struggling with this ship because some of the things are really well done, and some of the things just are awful for anyone that's handicapped or disabled. And yet I don't want to totally down the cruise line because I realize it's the design of the ship. And, until we can keep pounding accessibility issues to the people that develop cruise ships so that it becomes the thing to do, we're going to have this kind of issues. So what MSC is going to have to do, if enough people keep raising hell like I am, they're going to have to go into a dry dock and put automatic doors, at least on the public restrooms, so they can continue to attract disabled guests. That's my take on it. I hadn't planned on ranting on that today. Let's see. Look at how the crews couldn't locate Chillie's scooter for 2 hours. Yeah, that was one of the things that was a negative too. After the scooter was on this ship, it took them 2 hours to get it to. That's a good point. Now, admittedly, the scooter was late getting here because of a thing beyond everybody's control. And they were totally busy trying to get all the luggage on for, what did I hear last night, 4,600 passengers. I think the thumb's not totally full, but pretty close. Excuse me. Yeah, San Juan. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. Again, I will be here on Saturday morning. I will also be here today, tomorrow with the regular show. And Cruise Amigos will be coming up at 1 o'clock with Amigo John, if he can find his skis. So that's the truth. Oh, there's Amigo John. I didn't realize he was here. Hey, John, you want to come on the air? Say hello to everybody.
Well, I just wanted to call and invite everybody to join us. I just wanted everybody to, know that we're going to be live from Chillie ship there. And as you can see, I'm in the cold country, and we're going to have a wonderful Cruise Amigos here in a couple hours.
Yeah, not even a couple hours now. 1 o'clock
at New
Eastern
Year's
time. That's noon, Nanook and the North time.
Just like New Year's Eve, when it's 2 o'clock, it's already midnight. So,
yeah, and we will have to see if Amigo Martin ever got out of being stuck on the train. He's got some splaining to do on that one. All right, John. I'll see you in a little bit. Ta-ta. That, of course, is Amigo John up there in Crookston, Minnesota. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. I'll see you at 1 o'clock for the Cruise Amigos. I will be doing that from my stateroom because after the morning show, I need to plug the stupid computer up so I don't run out of juice. Anyway, that's going to wrap me up for today. I'll see everybody back here tomorrow, same time, same place. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a fantastic day, everybody. See you for Cruise Amigos at 1 o'clock. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.